Very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Lunchtime News here on MTV Sports. I'm Shahin Jurangpati with your news. Well, as always, we'll first take a look at your headlines. The Met Department says the mini cyclone shows signs of strengthening. 2 bodies found inside a shop in Agropatana. Hurricane Sandy wreaks havoc in the US. The Met Department states that the mini cyclone in the vicinity of Sri Lanka is showing signs of strengthening. Deputy Director of the Met Department, S.R. Jayasekara, said that its effects will be experienced in the island by this evening.
Meanwhile, the Trincomalee district has received the highest rainfall over the past 24 hours. The rainfall in the area is a staggering 164.5 millimeters. The Badiklo district has received a rainfall of 115.8 millimeters. The Polonnaruwa district has received rainfall of 100.7 millimeters, while Colombo has received a rainfall of 85.5 millimeters. Our correspondents say that many low-lying areas have been inundated due to heavy rains. Tandikulam, Omante and Puntatam in the Vaunia district are experiencing floods due to the Kudavava lake overflowing.
Meanwhile, the Trincomalee district has received the highest rainfall over the past 24 hours. The rainfall in the area is a staggering 164.5 millimeters. The Badiklo district has received rainfall of 115.8 millimeters. The Polonnaruwa district has received rainfall of 100.7 millimeters, while Colombo has received rainfall of 85.5 millimeters. Our correspondents say that many low-lying areas have been inundated due to the heavy rains. Tandikulam, Omante and Puntotam in the Vaunia district are experiencing floods due to the Kudavava lake overflowing. Also, the official quarters of the Vaunia Municipal Council has been badly damaged after a tree fell onto the building. None of the residents were harmed in the incident. Also, the Minneriya and Parakrama reservoirs have seen a significant rise in water levels following the heavy rains.
A depression is caused when a low-pressure system in the atmosphere causes winds to move rapidly towards the center in a swirling movement. The Met Department states that it is this movement that gradually developed into a mini cyclone. The Mullaitivu District Secretary Nagalingam Vedanayagan said that disasters were not caused by the heavy winds and showers which persisted throughout last night. The District Secretary added that over 4,000 families in the Mullaitivu District have been affected due to the heavy rain so far. He added that these families have not been directed to safe temporary shelters and measures have been taken to provide them with necessary facilities.
Meanwhile, Indian media reports that the depression in the Bay of Bengal will enter India's Andhra Pradesh through the coast of Tamil Nadu tomorrow. Now, more local news, Minister of Health Maithripala Sirisena says that it is a duty of the government to create awareness amongst children and parents regarding health issues. Now, the minister expressed his view at an event held in view of World Stroke Day, which was marked yesterday. I suggested to the heads of the ministry that in order to increase awareness about health, the Health Department and Education Department should work in tandem. This is very important because if school children know about this, then their parents also get to know. So in order to create a healthy society, it is the duty of the government to create awareness and understanding about health issues.
In Sri Lanka, stroke victims are only second to heart attack victims. In some countries, it is the main cause of death. Around 15 million people suffer from stroke every year. About 6 million people die from suffering a stroke. 80% of these deaths occur in developing countries. Every 6 seconds, someone becomes a victim of a stroke. If you look at the statistics from deaths that occur in hospitals, strokes occupy the 4th highest tally. Despite being a deadly condition, strokes can be prevented.
Also, the Ministry of Health is to recruit 1,000 supplementary medical service officers in order to fill existing vacancies. Deputy Director General of Training and Research at the Ministry, Dr. Sunil Alvi, said that steps will be taken as soon as possible to fill these vacancies. Thereby, new personnel will be recruited to fill vacancies for laboratory technicians, pharmacists, public health inspectors and other supplementary medical services. Dr. Sunil Alvi added that interviews have already been held to fill these vacancies. Well, still in local news, 2 youths have been found dead inside a shop in the Agarapatana area in Nuwara Elia. Police said that the bodies were found this morning. The 2 individuals have been identified as 19-year-old Rajaratnam Sudarshan, a resident of the Agarapatana area, and 21-year-old Ramajan Ramachandran, a resident of the Lindula area. The police said that a magisterial inquiry is being conducted by the Nuwara Elia Chief Magistrate, while the postmortems are also due to be conducted. The Agarapatana police is carrying out further investigations. An oil pipeline located in the Mahawata area close to the Ingurukade junction in Grand Pass has ruptured. Area residents stated that oil had started to leak out from the pipeline around 6 this morning. Now, the ruptured pipeline carries oil from the Colombo harbour to the oil storage in Kolonnawa. A correspondent noted that the police had been deployed in the area to prevent any untoward incident. According to a correspondent, a bowser from the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation had arrived at the location and collected the oil that had leaked. Meanwhile, the oil that had been collected by the locals in the area had also been seized. Our correspondent noted that the gathering of oil had gone on until around 10:30 this morning. The Ministry of Agriculture says that it has been forced to cut down about 50,000 coconut trees due to a disease that is causing coconut leaves to wither and die. Minister Mahinda Yapa Abeyewardena said that the trees were found in Habaradua and Beli Atta. Now, the ministry has already cut down about 200,000 trees due to this disease. The minister said that new coconut saplings are being planted in order to compensate for the cut down trees. Well, now in sports news, National Curator of Sri Lanka Cricket Anuruddha Polonovita says that the 2020 international between Sri Lanka and New Zealand cannot be played today due to heavy rain in the Pallekele area. Now, today's encounter was said to be Sri Lanka versus New Zealand 2020 captain Angela Matthews' first game in charge of the team. Both teams were unable to take part in any practice sessions at the ground due to the weather. Now, Polonovita further stated that the Pallekele ground had been covered since Sunday due to the persistent rain.
At the Pallekele stadium, now the sky is covered with a lot of clouds. Still the drizzle is on. I think we covered this ground on Sunday at about 4 o'clock. Still we couldn't open the covers because the rain is continuing from that time. We are waiting till the rain ceases to open the covers and do some work on the pitch and the ground. I think the way things are, still the rain is falling on the ground, and it'll take more time for the clouds to move. Till then we can't say anything what's going to happen.
In more sports news, changes to the playing conditions for different formats of cricket, which include amendments to power plays, DRS, no balls and bouncers, amongst others, are to take effect from today when host Sri Lanka take on New Zealand in a 2020 in Pallekele.
The general changes include the use of DRS in Test and ODI matches, changes in no balls and dead balls in all formats, and changes in the over rates. Meanwhile, the ICC has given its seal of approval to day and night test matches while leaving the member boards to decide on the type and colour of the ball to be used. Well, that brings an end to lunchtime news for today. I'm Shanjurang Patin, help lesson there ahead of you.